You all know I'm all about saving money, so today I'm going to share how I'm saving 50% of our income to reach financial independence. Whew! It's going to be a doozy, but I'm going to give you some really great actionable tips on how to save money, how we're saving money, so that you in return can increase your savings rate. So let's get into it. Hey friends, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I'm Kelly, and today we're going to talk about saving money, how to increase your savings rate, what we're doing to increase our savings rate. But before I get into it, I do want to give a disclaimer because I know I'm going to get comments that say, you make so much money. If I made your much money, I could save so much money too. Okay. Fair argument, but I do have to say, guys, lifestyle inflation, lifestyle creep is real. It is a struggle. It is something that we struggle with. It is something that I know so many people that struggle with this. Look at Wendy Valencia. Wendy Valencia has a whole channel dedicated to helping people that make over 6 figures worth of income get out of debt, get their life back together because they struggle, because they are living paycheck to paycheck. So just because someone makes 6 figures doesn't mean that they don't live paycheck to paycheck. That is something that is so real, but so many people that are making lower incomes feel like if you're going to get all of this money, then all your problems are going to go away. No, it's not. I now make, I don't want to say this to brag or anything like that, but just to give you hope or to inspire you or whatever it may be. But when I first started this channel, I made $100,000 less than we make now. $100,000. And you guys have seen my transformation on this channel if you've been with me for 4 years now, and I budget the exact same way. My budgets are the exact same way. They've just grown a little bit each year, and we've been able to bring in more income. And that's not just because Jamie and I got married. No, it's not. We have grown our income probably $40,000. Yeah, about $40,000 since we got married. And that is from kicking our butts at our day job. That's from our side hustle. That's from so many different things that we have been able to grow our lifestyle. So that is not what this video is about, but I just have to get this rant off my chest because I've gotten so many comments about it. And guys, that's not true. Yes, it may be easier when you make more money, but you have to keep into consideration lifestyle creep. You have to keep into consideration bigger bills. We have a bigger house in our apartment, so our bills are a lot higher now. That takes up more income. So we are saving 50% of our income. Back to the video, reining it in. Hope that wasn't too long of a tangent. I hope you're still with me. Please stay with me, guys. I got a lot of really actionable tips in here that you can take as well to save some money yourself. So let's get into it. The first thing that we do is we use the wish list technique, the wish list hack, whatever you want to call it. And what this is there's something that we want to buy, we put it on our wish list, we add it to our cart and sit on it for a week. If we still want it on a week, then we will make sure that it's in the budget and purchase it. If a week later, we're like, why did I want that? I do not want that. Recently, that I came across that I was watching a video and someone talked about a pizza roller, and I was like, that would be amazing. I want a pizza roller. I want that. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be a game changer. A week later, I was like, Kelly, you do not need that. No, you're not buying that. That's stupid. Like, yeah, it may help, but no. You have so many other tools in your kitchen that you don't need that. So that is a great way that you can just kind of stop your spending, stop overspending. If you really want it, then it'll be there. And if not, and then also sometimes, guys, life hack, if it's sitting in your cart, a lot of times you'll get an email from Target, from Etsy, from different places where they're like, coupon, if you purchase this, we'll give you 20% off. Don't let it sit in your cart. Let's get you to purchase. They want you to push that purchase. So a lot of times if you leave it in your cart, you'll get an email saying a couple days later saying, are you sure you want this? You forgot this. So that is a great life hack. And then also with this is I use Amazon Wishlist for presents. So if there's something that I want throughout the year that I want it, but I don't want it enough to take out of my personal money or spend from our monthly budget, I'll put it on a wish list. And then when Christmas comes around, my birthday comes around, when my family asks me, Kelly, what do you want for Christmas? I can give them the wish list link and then they can go and buy it from there, which I'm happy because then I'm getting items that I actually want. They're happy because they're not like, what the heck are we going to buy Kelly this year? And it's just an easy trade. And then it's so easy for everyone. And then they can go and buy it from Amazon. So if you guys don't use Amazon Wishlist, they're amazing. If you don't use Amazon Prime, I do have a code for you guys for 30 days free trial of Amazon Prime. So I'll have that link down below for you guys, but you can cancel it right before. Super easy. It's not one that you have to like pull a leg, do all this stuff, and it's like give up your firstborn to cancel a membership. No. So I'll have that link for you guys down below in the description. Next up is we negotiate our bills. So every 6 months or so, I will go through all of our bills, see what we can negotiate, see if we're overpaying in car insurance and everything like that. This used to be a task that I would dread, and honestly, I would try and do it every 6 months, and then it ended up being like every year and a half, because it was just a chore that I dreaded. But I knew the importance of it. But now, guys, I have learned about places like Bill Shark, Gabby, that will do all the negotiation for you. They will go in, you load your information up, they will compare rates, they will tell you if you're getting a good deal, they'll tell you the different companies that are a better deal. It is so easy, and you can really compare your policy. When I first started shopping around for car insurance, I didn't understand the limits. I didn't understand what exactly I was paying for. And so I saw one company was $200 cheaper, and I was like, that's awesome. Until I learned how the limits work, and I was like, oh, I'm getting crap with that one. Yeah, it's kind of worth it to be with this one. So it helps to shop around. It really helps to negotiate your bills. Guys, so many of those policies, they just kind of creep up and creep up and creep up, and it may be $2 extra this month, $5 extra this month, and you don't think too much of it. And then next thing you know, you are way overpaying. So if you're going through every 6 months, use things like Bill Shark, use things like Gabby, where they will do it all for you. Guys, it's so easy, and you can save ridiculous amounts of money. Ridiculous amounts of money. It is so cool. It is just awesome. So go check them out. I'll have them down below. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. If you're finding value and enjoying this, I would love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, join the family, and also like the video. It really helps to boost the video. It helps YouTube to push it out in the algorithm and whatnot. So it's a great free way to help me out, help my channel out. I really, really appreciate it. Next is we are on a written budget. Y'all know freedom in a budget. Y'all know I love my budget. Guys, budgeting, it's changed my life. You guys know this. You know my story. Budgeting has truly changed my life. So I believe everyone should be on a zero-based budget. Everyone should be on a budget. We will be budgeting for the rest of our lives. We are debt-free, but we will be budgeting for the rest of our lives. It really gives you freedom. It really puts you in control of your expenses. It really does just, it's a game changer. It's amazing. So I do have my budgets in Excel. I have them in Google Sheets, all of that. I'll link them down below. But being on a budget is so important. It really shows where you're overspending, where you can cut back, where maybe you can spend some more. You know, I was just talking to one of my coworkers the other day about clothing expenses, and she was like, my boyfriend spends so much on clothing, it's ridiculous. And I said, okay, well, why don't you talk to him about having a clothing allowance or a clothing line item in your budget, so you can spend $50, $100, whatever you want in your budget, and then that gives him permission to spend. That gives him permission to go and buy those shoes or those pants or whatever he wants, but it's not overspending. And then if he wants something for $75 but he only has $50, he has to wait until the next month, and it can add up and accumulate. Or say it's only $25 and he wants to get it, just go ahead and get it. It's in the budget. You can spend it. Whereas people are like, no, I can't spend on clothing. I can't spend on this. I can't spend on this. No, it's okay. Get the coffee, get the clothes, do everything. Just make sure it's in the budget and it's accounted for and you have it allocated out. So rant over on budgeting, but budgeting has been a game changer in helping us save 50% of our income. Next is meal prepping. Guys, meal prepping, that is an amazing way to save some money. So you guys have all seen it go all around Instagram and everywhere. I personally have posted on Instagram that if you spend $27.40 a day on mindless spending, you have blown through $10,000 in a year. That's crazy. Now, a lot of people are like, $27, that's a lot of money. Maybe I overspend by $5. Okay. Do you get coffee on your way to work with a bagel? Do you get lunch every day out for with your coworkers or out on your lunch break? I bet you that's over $27, just those two things. If you're doing that every day, every 5 days a week, it's gonna add up fast. Guys, you have to be intentional about your spending. You have to be in control and make sure that you are not blowing it on mindless spending. So bringing your lunches to work, that saves so much money. If you are meal prepping, bringing your lunches, bringing your breakfast, or doing intermittent fasting like I am, But $27 a day adds up to $10,000. Say you stop going out for lunches every single day and you put that into your savings. Say it was $27 a day, $10,000. If I asked you at the beginning of the video, can you save $10,000? And you said, no, there's no way I can save $10,000 in a year. I bet you if you did a lot of these tips, not even all of them, if you did half the number of tips that I'm giving in this video, you could save $10,000 in a year, or you could put $10,000 more towards your debt. I really believe that you could. I really, really believe it. There are so many ways that you are probably mindless spending that you're not even realizing it. If you just started bringing your own food to work, meal prepping your dinners, meal prepping your lunches, you could save so much money. I promise you, you could. And it's delicious. And you know what's in it. You know the ingredients. You know what's in it. Guys, it's so much better for you. Next is we stop buying things that were just on sale. Here's another rant coming for you guys. Kohl's. Let's talk about Kohl's. Hopefully Kohl's does not sue me for this, but Kohl's is so famous. Same with like Bed Bath & Beyond. They're so famous for having these incredible sales, and you're thinking you're saving so much money, and you look at your receipt and it's like, you saved $378 by shopping at Kohl's today. Y'all, we all know that they jack up their prices so that you can get a deal and everything is 50% off, 60% off, 70% off. No. It is not. It is not. You cannot find a single thing that has full price in those stores because everything is inflated, and then they give you the discount and then they put it on your receipt. You saved this much money by shopping at Kohl's. No, you didn't. And if you are going out and spending things that you don't need, I have a friend, bless her heart, she recently told me about some items that she bought. That was a ridiculous deal, and it was all this crazy fancy organic foods and all this stuff, and it was a store was closing and she got all this stuff and she spent all this money, and it was like all 50% off when before it was like $18 and she got it for $9. It was such a great deal. Okay, but would you be buying that stuff anyways, or would you be buying a cheaper version or a generic version? So maybe you spent $9 on the item, but you could have got the item before for $6, so you're really spending $3 more. No, you're not saving money. I hate to break it to you. Now, if you're going to be buying the item anyways, that's a different story. But a lot of those items you're not really going to be buying. So all of these sale flashes, it's just to get you in the store. It's just to get you to spend more money. I used to work in retail. I used to work in a grocery store in different retail places, and we would put the sale items very strategically throughout the store so that as you're going for the items in the circular and the flyer, you're going through other higher price items. We would pair them together. So there may be a sale item. Sometimes the store would lose money on those sale items, but it's right next to an item that is really high profit margin for the store, so that you're able to get that as well, because they go together, right? Yeah, marketing is smart. Marketing is so smart. So be careful. This next one, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not saying that this is a way to save money for you, but I'm just saying that this is one of the reasons that we have been able to save money is because we don't have kids. Just putting it out there, that is one of the reasons that we are able to have a higher savings rate. Now, I'm not saying that if you do have kids, you can't have a 50% savings rate. That's not the case at all, but that is one of the reasons, that is something that's contributed to us being able to save a lot of money. So just want to put it out there. Another thing is we have no debt besides our mortgage. We are not paying interest on student loans. We're not paying interest on credit cards. We're not having all of those extra bills that people with debt have, that people that have with consumer debt have. We don't have that. The only debt that we have is our mortgage. Now, yes, we are paying a lot in interest with our mortgage because we're at the beginning of our loan, but guys, that does save us so much money every single month. If we had a car payment, if we had credit card bills, we had student loan debt, if all of those, that would be a lot of money, and we wouldn't be able to save as much. So being debt free is really, really helpful for us to have a high savings rate and to be able to reach financial independence that much faster. I have a few more tips, but before I get to those, I do want to remind you guys of where to keep your savings. So I get asked all the time, where's the best place to keep my savings account? Do I keep it in my checking account? Do I keep it in savings? Where do I keep it? Do I keep it in the mattress under the bed? Where do I keep my money? I personally recommend high yield savings accounts. They are a really, really great way to make some money, have some compound interest on your savings. I recommend CIT Bank. I think they're amazing. They're incredible. They're a great way. They have really, really high yield savings, high APY. I think it's like 1.7% right now at the time of the recording, and they are awesome. So I'll have a link for them down below. But a high yield saving is a great way to keep your savings, or if you want to keep it in a brokerage account or an IRA, or putting extra towards your mortgage, that's another great way as well. So when I say my savings rate, it doesn't necessarily mean how much I'm putting towards just my savings account. That may be how much I'm putting towards my IRA. That may be how much I'm putting towards my extra on my mortgage, different places like that. So I include all of that in my savings rate. So I hope that makes sense. Next is all of our raises that we receive from work. We put towards savings. We live the same lifestyle as when we first got married, and even before that we put all of those towards savings. Anytime we get a raise, whether it be a merit increase, whether it be a bonus at work, whatever it may be, that always goes towards our savings. We do not inflate our lifestyle. We don't go out and buy a new car in it. We don't go buy a fancy vacation with it. No, all of our raised money, of that extra percentage, it all goes directly towards savings. And next, this is a huge one, is we have worked our butts off at our careers. We have worked our butts off to get those raises, to get those bonuses, to work overtime. There's so many times where I do not want to work some overtime, but I do, because when the paycheck comes, that overtime was worth it. And then also with my business, guys, you know how hard I work on this channel and how hard I work on my blog and all the other aspects, money coaching, all of that, everything that goes into freedom and a budget. I've worked my butt off to get the income level that I have. And I have big goals of what to grow this channel, where to grow my business in general. So all of that money that I get from freedom and a budget, it all gets reinvested into the business. It gets reinvested into our savings. And it has been a huge impact on being able to hit our goals and being able to increase our savings rate. So that's really cool. But guys, we have busted our butts. I'll be honest, it's been a lot, but it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. Next, we're going to talk 8 ways that you can improve your finances. This is going to be a game changer, and really being able to hit those goals. Just turn your life around with money. Turn your perspective around with money. I know that money is a taboo subject. I know that it's scary sometimes of really having to think about it, and you don't want to think about it, but it's going to be really helpful for you. It really is. So I'll see you in that video.